We are now streaming. Don't talk about work anymore. And I'm gonna go get a beer. BRB. Tolerable.
Okay, cool. So is everybody ready to go?
Yes.
Where are we going?
On a field trip.
Well,
We're going to hunt a yeti. Remember?
yeah, deeper into the tundra.
It's a good thing that we have these bracelets that keep us warm.
It's true.
We are bound to lose them at some point.
All right. Have to trade them off for something.
Did they say anything about how it might help us against like magical cold?
Nope. Just regular cold.
Awesome.
When you were approaching the city, you did notice that the dogs that were hit by the blast from the cold light walkers, instead of freezing you guys in place, it just sort of got real cold.
So we have a
So-
resistance to it, is what you're saying.
Yeah,
Maybe their ice isn't magic?
you weren't frozen. I mean, they're like, I don't know. They're glowing cold monsters that eat people's essence. So I mean, I feel like it would be safe to assume that they're probably magic. But
Maybe they're just like wind monsters that move snow around really fast and make it cold.
right, it's a physical action they're doing. They're like the Flash. Their hands move so quickly, whirling Devrish style, that they're just moving. Yeah,
That sounds
that's
worse,
actually it.
actually. They'll just like run up to us, punch us a million times, and then we'll be dead.
DED.
Yeah. Frozen dead. Okay, so last time we were the party was in this icy valley, and you had just incapacitated the goblin leader after slaughtering his 3 cohorts. The sled that they were pushing, containing the sacks of coal and various other heating supplies that the city was expecting, Bryn Shander. But the goblin has mentioned that he could probably lead you to the Yeti that killed Ublek the dwarf.
So wait, the goblins, they had the sled with the supplies?
They did. That's what they were. I don't know if I can't remember if I specifically mentioned that when you guys approached from the rear, but yes, they were pushing that sled.
So this is a conundrum. Do we risk losing these supplies going after the Yeti, or do we deliver these supplies back to the people who need them?
Wait, what now?
So we've recovered the supplies that the other dwarves lost, but we could either bring these supplies back to the city, and the city obviously needs them, or we could risk losing the supplies and go hunt down a Yeti.
Well, I would say the Yeti's problem, and just getting the supplies back once is a band-aid.
But Yetis are common up here, right? So there's always going to be another Yeti.
I vote bringing the supplies back. If the Yeti is not actively harming us, I don't want to go after the Yeti.
I thought the Yeti had been causing problems. I thought the Yeti was the problem.
It's in the Yeti's nature to be a problem.
Well,
Just leave the Yeti alone. Yeti's gonna Yeti.
I say we kill.
we
the
took the
goblin
job,
and take the
though. We
supplies.
said we would kill this Yeti.
We must avenge the fallen. Help our brothers out.
Out of character. This is not something Gimdar would say, but this is absolutely something Sean would say. We killed the goblin, we say we killed the Yeti, we bring back the supplies. Because there's going to be more Yetis.
There is no honor in that.
We have a multitude of sled dogs. Can we send like 2 sled dogs with the supplies back to the settlement? Do you think they're trained enough to know how to get back home?
That seems mighty risky.
You can talk to animals, right?
Not yet.
Something you could do.
Just
You're
bark at them.
doing it.
Bark at them until they say yes.
That's not how it works. Like Aquaman, I don't talk to the animals. I just think at them, and they think at me, and we kind of feel each other out.
But you don't. 'Cause that's not working.
Well, we feel each other. We're friends. He's my buddy.
Okay.
I'm not gonna tell him like
Whoa,
go running into the
whoa,
woods.
whoa. We don't need to know what you're feeling.
So we either send off the dogs to die in the snow unaccompanied by us, the protectors. Which, not going to say that sounds like a good idea.
Nope, not gonna happen.
We bring them into more harm, which would be the Yeti. Or we go
Why
back.
are we chasing the Yeti again if he's not hurting anyone anymore?
Because he's already hurt, he's going to hurt more people.
If they know where he is and they can leave him alone, just leave the goddamn Yeti alone.
Yeah, well,
We
he attacked them
take care of
going
the
down the
Yeti.
road. They went
We
from...
volunteered to take care of this Yeti. So I say we go after it. That's what we said we'd do.
Well, they
Question.
didn't specifically say that they were wanting you to kill the Yeti. They just needed the supplies, really. But I'm sure they wouldn't mind if the Yeti was dead and its pelt returned to them.
I seem to remember them just asking for the supplies. We have the supplies. We don't need the Yeti. Let's go out.
What do we know about Yetis? Who would be our Yeti expert?
I would be the closest to a Yeti expert. I know I rolled for it, but I don't think I rolled like super high.
Okay. Would you know why, if Yetis are usually aggressive like that? Or if it's like Yeti mating season and they attacked because they were protecting their young or something?
I imagine Yetis are very territorial beasts.
Well, if they've
I mean,
set
they're
up their
a natural
territory,
monster of the north.
if they have set up their territory on the main road from one city to another, then we need to kill it.
Okay, DM. Would I know if
You
Yetis
could ask the goblin too.
are nomadic or are they like stationary? Would I know that?
You could do a nature roll to find out. I mean, you're from the south, so I don't know if you would know that right offhand, just cause. But you knew where you were going, and I would think that, in the sake of preparation, you probably could have gleaned some information through prayer, or just so yeah, probably. I would think you would know at least something about Yetis.
I'll pray to my god and find some insight on how these Yetis think and operate.
You know enough to
So-
roll the dice and see.
I get a higher roll on religion than I do
Yeah.
nature, so since I'm praying, can I roll religion?
Sure.
It's a 12. Can I?
You know that Yetis are ferocious humanoid monsters that live in the north, and that they are highly territorial.
Okay, but are they like nomadic or do they like sit in one spot? What do I know?
They typically sit in one spot.
They claim a territory.
So they just happen to come into the road area. What? Okay, guys. So, Yetis are very territorial. They don't like people being around their space. So what about, instead of killing the Yeti, we move the Yeti. We find him a nice little cave.
I love this. We will move him to the afterlife.
No!
The goblin boss says, "You should kill Yeti. He bad. No good.
So are you, you
Let
little...
me show you way." No, me good. Me good.
You tried to kill us, and not for food.
You attacked us first.
We've seen how you little bastards operate.
Me good. Me show you, Yeti. He's feeling backed into a corner at this point.
He's tied up, right?
Yep.
And
We're
he's
just,
in a corner.
just making sure.
He's looking off the edge of a cliff.
It's like the cliff looks better than these guys right now.
That's snow or ice at the bottom.
If he jumps, that means we don't snap his neck. I say that in common.
Oh no, I meant metaphorically, not literally. He's standing at the edge of a cliff, and then he's metaphorically looking off the edge of a cliff. His death.
If the Yeti has set up territory on the road, it's got to die. It's going to kill other people. Let's go deal with it.
Go.
We will be the heroes of the town. The two towns.
I'm
only doing non-lethal, just so you know. I'm gonna drag the Yeti to another cave. The Yeti's gonna survive.
What are you, like the Yeti Realty Company?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Yeah, catch
I
and
mean,
release.
if you
That's a
can
good
somehow
option.
convince this Yeti to move, I'd like to see it, but I don't think you're going to.
Oh, this is ringing a certain vibe. Like
I've got sled dogs. I can drag a Yeti.
Okay, I kind of want to see it now. I'm intrigued.
we'll see.
Okay, so we're agreed. Everybody goes for non-lethal damage so that I can drag the Yeti.
Sure.
Absolutely. I will absolutely punch it.
Let's give her a shot. Let's give him a
Shot right in the face.
Let's give her a shot.
I am a girl.
I'm sorry,
just
Glenria. Sorry, Glenria. I'm sorry.
So then the party has decided that it's going to be a non-lethal catch and release. type
Absolutely
scenario.
not. I am not. I'm not committing to that, but I'm not verbalizing it.
It's a
I
low.
fully think this is the plan. This will be
I
a
wanna
problem
see-
later.
I'm fully expecting to have to jump in and kill this thing, but I want to see it.
I mean, if it starts trying to kill me, I'll probably start doing lethal damage, but I'm gonna try.
Gwynria is going to go for the peaceful approach, and the rest of the party is like, yeah, sure. And then,
In which, kid,
And
I don't know if you can domesticate a Yeti, but if we had a Yeti on the team, that would be pretty cool.
that would be something.
Can Yetis be domesticated?
I guess
I'm
we'll find
sure
out.
it's
New
happened
challenge
somewhere.
for you, Gwynria. Domesticate this Yeti.
And if you don't, we're going to execute it.
We could give it a Yeti makeover.
Braid his Yeti locks.
The goblin boss is looking around like, y'all are crazy, but he says, yes, me show you pet Yeti.
Oh, you have a pet Yeti already. This will help get the other Yeti.
No,
Yes, he's in the cave.
he's volunteering to pet the Yeti.
what a good volunteer.
He will be first into the cave. Let us go.
Start walking.
All right, show us where this Yeti is.
He takes off up the path. Says, "You follow. Come this way."
Okay, Gollum.
I was thinking more like World of Warcraft goblin.
I was thinking Gollum taking us to Shelob's cave.
Oh yeah, well hey.
You were doing a good WoW Goblin impersonation, though.
If it wasn't embarrassing, I used to say this to Jacob all the time. When I would talk to him, I would say, what was it? Time is money, friend. Every time he would be like poking around about something slow, and he'd be like, "What's wrong with you?" It's like, that's a good question.
So much.
That is a great question. I have no idea. Right, so the party has moved up this. All right, so the party moves up the path, and it's a short trek through this little mountainy path. It's not terribly far, maybe like 30 minutes of walking. And after a short distance, you come to the Yeti Cave. Did anything load? Oh, wait.
Hmm?
There you go.
Oh,
A black box.
black
He's deal.
Okay, that's what I figured.
box of doom.
Darkness.
I will work on the Fog of War at some point, getting that mastered.
But tonight is not that
I
night.
plan on that being. Yeah. You walk into the cave and it's pitch black.
We all
We all
have
have
dark
night
vision.
vision.
Hello?
Yes, thankfully you all have dark vision, and the gloom dispels quickly, and
Oh,
this is what
Yeti.
you see.
So you're going to domesticate that.
He's a lot bigger than I thought he'd be.
He's so friendly. He's so friendly that he loved all of those adventurers to death and mauled them.
To shreds, you say?
All right.
I love you to
Big thing.
pieces. He's the cuddly Yeti of the North Tundra. So this is what you see when you come in. The goblin is hesitant to enter first, but after peering around the corners, he ultimately leads you into the interior of the cave. And this is the sight before you.
Yeah, it's the Yeti.
You hear sounds. Yeah, you hear the sounds of the Yeti. I guess it sounds like he's eating, crunching, and bones snapping as he feasts on what can only be assumed to be the body of Ublek.
Maybe if we wait for him to finish eating, he won't be so
Nordak.
angry.
I lean over towards the party and whisper quietly, "Okay, do y'all really want a Yeti friend?" Okay, let's make a Yeti friend.
All right.
Pop an arrow, Nordak.
You're gonna just move on forward, huh?
She's gonna make a proper Yeti out of him.
I'm a proper Yeti out.
I think while this is happening, we should be
as
getting
you-
into combat position.
Yeah, y'all should be preparing, because if this goes wrong. Okay, so
I would like
Yeah.
to roll sneak as not to bring attention to the Yeti.
Probably a good idea. Yeah, the goblin is like, shh, shh, what are you doing? Shh.
I mean, if y'all want to hide, y'all better hide, because I'm about to be loud.
I have heavy ass armor. I'm not gonna hide.
I pull a treat out of my bag that I've been giving to the puppies, and I go, Yeti, 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 Yeti. And then I cast Animal Friendship.
Ask him who's a good boy.
Who's a good boy? You're a good Yeti. Yes, you're a good Yeti.
Let me look at his stat block and see what his intelligence is.
Hey, looking at this abominable snowman, does it seem like Yukon Cornelius has stolen all of his teeth yet? Or are we dealing with like a fully toothed Yeti?
Looks like
This
he's
is I don't know. You haven't seen his face yet. He's behind this rock and his back is turned. You can just kind of see the edge of him, like leaned over whatever he's working on. Gwynria, as you call to the Yeti, did you call to him first or did you cast a spell? Was it like the same thing?
Yeah, all at the same time.
What-
Because he has to hear me and see me
It was like-
before I call it. Yeti, 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 he's a good boy. You want a treat? You want a treat?
Because
guess
his
in
back is
dwarf
turned, the
voice.
spell instantly fails. I'm just kidding. That's not what happened. Actually, the Yeti stiffens.
I wouldn't cast it until he saw me. Jesus.
You failed. No. The Yeti stiffens and slowly just peers behind him, and his face is covered in gore. There's blood all over his fur. And he looks at you and drops the leg that he was chewing on and moves around the rock to get a better look at what's going on out here and lets out a roar.
Like, not a friendly roar?
No, it is not a friendly roar.
You guys, I don't think it worked.
keep trying.
Did you do the saving roll too? In case this intelligence is higher than 4?
If the beast's intelligence is 4 or higher, the spell fails. It just failed outright.
Smarter than your average bear.
He's
Oh.
not a totally dumb beast.
But it says
He's pretty
otherwise
cunning.
the beast must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or be charmed by for the spell's duration.
If
Right,
the
so if it
beast's
was less than
intelligence is
4.
4 or higher, the spell
if it's
fails
less than-
outright. Otherwise,
Oh, okay.
if it's low, it's 4. If it's lower than 4,
Gotcha.
then it rolls. So
Okay,
the dog
guys,
back there is
it didn't work.
dumb.
Let's get him. No,
Is that cancel on the plans?
cancel the plans. Fight the Yeti.
Yeah!
What is the goblin doing back there? Nordak, have you got eyes on the goblin?
I'm gonna grapple that goblin.
I mean, he's still tied up.
Oh, he's tied up. Okay.
He'll
Yeah,
make a
I've
great
got eyes on
meat
him.
shield.
He's in front of me. On the ground.
Okay, so he's just laying there. All right, roll for initiative.
Why didn't
Yeah,
we try to give the goblin to the Yeti?
I was gonna say we could offer the goblin a sacrifice.
Well, a sacrifice is not
That's
the right word we should be using.
Okay, if this is going poorly, then we throw the goblin at the Yeti and run.
Distraction. That's better than sacrifice.
yeah. I mean, you can take a quick second before combat starts to discuss it amongst yourselves, like a snap decision. What you gonna do?
If it comes down to it, and someone needs to run and throw, we'll make the call.
I'll add the goblin in there as well. Oh, I guess I have to have to click on him. You'd think I'd know that by now. Oh wow. Okay.
Got good initiative.
All right, Leaf, you're up. You've got this giant Yeti in front of you. He literally dwarfs you. He would probably dwarf a human, but he definitely dwarfs you.
Dwarfs.
He is
He
covered.
yelled. He yelled at us as he came around the rock. So I'm going to just let out a primal scream of my own, and go into a rage. And then I'm going to.
You're gonna roar back at him.
Yes.
Roll a intimidation check.
Okay. I can do that.
How great of a roar was it?
Well, not that great.
Your
I got a
voice,
little choked up.
your voice cracked.
A kitten meow comes out.
Yep, that sounds about right. That checks out. Rumble, rumble, rumble. All right, and then I'm going to take my movement, get close up, and swing a warhammer at him. Ah. 12.
A 12. That hits.
All right, so that's 11 points of bludgeoning damage.
Is it 11?
Yeah, because it's the 9 for the two hand, and then 2 points of rage damage. Yeah.
Got it. Okay. I'll have to figure out how to set that up.
Yeah, I'm not sure how yet.
On the list.
Oh, there's a check mark next to rage damage. All right, I have a check now. It should add in from now on.
Are you going to do anything else?
Nope, I think I'm good. That was bonus
Okay.
action and movement. So
Cool. Goblin boss's turn. He starts to turn around to head towards the cave exit, but he sees Nordak standing there with his. Did you actually grapple him, or no? You didn't.
You said he was tied up, so I didn't.
Right. So he sees you with the arrows knocked, and he just tries to get out of the way. As his turn. Falcon.
Okay.
You're up.
I am going to advance on the Yeti. And
Advance.
17.
17 definitely hits.
Whoops. Oh, wait. What do you click the thing? There we go. My bad.
A 7. Whack! The Warhammer slams into the side of the Yeti into his thick fur, and he lets out a roar. He didn't like that, obviously.
Well, good. I believe that's me for this turn.
All right. Gimdar, you're up.
All right, I'm gonna run forward. I think I can reach the slot left for me, right in front, and I will.
Okay.
I will try to punch him in the teeth.
It's a bold move, Cotton.
And I think a 23 probably hits.
Yeah, 23 definitely hits.
Excellent. For a big old 4. That's me. That's all I got.
Okay. He takes the punch to the face, and man, he really looks pissed.
Lethal damage! Lethal damage!
All right, Gwenria, it's your turn.
I think that I will use my Thorn Whip. It's a cantrip, and I don't have to get close to him.
We're gonna say the dog followed you. He's beside you. Because he's a good boy.
He's attacking my friend, so I'm gonna attack for lethal damage. I can tell they're hitting him for real.
What?
Oh no!
No, we're holding back.
Malcolm, you bludgeoned him with a warhammer. What the hell? Okay.
No idea.
10.
Thought we were killing him.
We are.
Okay.
Can I?
Hold on. So is that a 10? Was the attack roll?
Yeah. I assume I miss.
That does miss.
Okay.
Whoosh,
I'm not.
whoosh.
I'm not gonna tell the
It's a
puppy to
miss.
go attack because he will eat the puppy.
Okay. I won't roll him in then. Actually, I will. Why not?
He's in danger now.
He would have been first.
Uh-oh.
The dog is able to make a decision on his own collusion, but I'm not going to tell him. I can't go bite him.
I'm gonna encourage him to go die.
He just goes for it. Let's see. Did the Yeti roll 21?
No.
It says, but
That's so weird. I remember the Yeti rolling a 5. Huh. Okay.
The initiative counter starts adding. I don't know why.
Yeah. So it is the Yeti's turn though.
I wonder who he's gonna kill in one hit.
That's a good question. The Yeti, being surrounded by dwarves who are vigorously attacking him, lets out a roar and turns to I think he's gonna turn to Gimdar.
Excellent.
I think that punch in the face.
Uh.
You had to have leapt into the air and punched him right in the face.
Absolutely. I jumped like 4 feet up in the air to do it.
And
Nice.
while if his wisdom or intelligence was higher, maybe he'd be like, I should attack the guy that hit me real hard, but instead he's gonna focus on the guy that like bitch slapped him. He's like, so he gazes down at you and lets out a roar.
I spit in his face.
All right then.
Is that the real response? Okay.
Yes, if he roars at me.
Fuck.
He's gonna use chilling gaze on you.
Oh boy.
So you've got to roll a DC 13 Constitution save.
I can do that. Nope, I can't do that.
I mean, maybe guess not.
Do you want to roll the 3d6 or you want
So
me to
you-
take 10?
No, I'll do 3d6.
That could straight up kill me. Do it.
No,
Roll it in the open.
you're resistant to cold.
Am I?
Yeah, -1 to all
is
incoming cold
true.
damage.
Oh, well, if he rolls
Ah,
so 8, still didn't
Eight.
feel good.
that's an 8.
But did you die?
I have
But-
5 health left.
And you are paralyzed.
Excellent. In ice, not in fear. I'm very angry about this.
And then he is going to take a claw attack against.
For 1 minute?
I get saving throws to end each of my turns.
Yeah, you can re-roll the saving throw at the end of each turn. Yeah,
Okay.
but yeah, you paralyzed.
Oh,
So he is going to take a swipe at Leaf.
that sounds about right.
Let's see. A 19 does hit, I'm sure.
Jesus Christ,
Yeah.
he could have crit you.
Jesus fuck.
Almost.
Keep in mind we're level 1, so so we can die. And I'm not directing that at you, Jeff. I'm directing that at the party. Be careful.
It's acting weird. There's a little box up over the.
The Yeti? He said that Yeti right
Hold
there.
on a second.
That Yeti right there is gonna kill us.
Yeah.
So it's the Yeti right there.
Seven damage.
Beep, beep.
Who is that
What
to?
is that over there?
To Leaf.
Samuel?
Points. Cut in half because of rage. So 4.
All the help does
Okay.
was self-fighting.
All right. Nordak, it's your turn.
Oh,
Uh,
nah. That is two.
fire an arrow off at the Yeti. Catch him between the eyes.
The 16 definitely hits.
6 piercing.
The arrow thunks right into his chest.
And then after that, I will take my movement and move down towards the little goblin who's trying to get away. And I will end my turn.
Okay. Gonna give him a good shake.
Stay put, is what I yell at him in common.
Okay. He says, "Me no run, me no die." All right. So the the pack dog is up, and he is going to, unless there's some kind of intervention, he is going to run forward and flank that Yeti. And start tearing at his Yeti fur on the back with a bite, which does not miss, or does not hit. It actually misses. The Yeti just kind of shakes his leg, and the dog is thrown back into this bone pile, unharmed but not able to attack. Leaf, you're up.
All right. Here we go. We gonna hit him again. Boom. Oh.
That would have been a great hit
A wonderful
had you not
hit.
missed.
But I missed.
And
Okay.
the blow of the Yeti's attack last turn staggered you and whoosh right through the air. Your helmet was a little down over your eyes, and you just
Nah,
missed.
I couldn't see him. I couldn't see. Obviously, that's why I missed. Like it's a big ass Yeti, and I have a warhammer. That's why I missed.
Now you're enraged even more.
Now I'm just pissed.
Now he's just pissed.
Yeah. Okay. We agreed that healing potions were actions, right?
Yes.
All right. Then you got nothing left. I'm out.
Flanking is also a thing.
Hi. Oh, I'm okay. So let me go 5, 10, 15, so that I'm flanking with my friends.
Okay. So as you miss with the warhammer, but you scurry under his legs. So now you're
I
behind
can
him.
roll. Yeah. All right. That's it.
All right. Goblin boss is just going to cower in the corner, mumbling, "No kill, no kill." Falcon, it's your turn.
Okay.
Falcon.
I think I'm gonna take another swipe at him.
Quack him.
Hmm. 15.
You also miss. Yep. Just a swing and a miss. The Yeti just kind of blocks your weapon with his arm. Shakes his head.
Fast for us.
Oh, now I'm mad.
Mm.
I might not have rage, but I'm mad.
Gimdar. Oh, did you want to do anything else?
No, that's it.
Okay.
I will be making my con save. I will be succeeding my con save. That is the end of my turn.
Yay.
All right. Gwynria.
Thorn whip, whip-a-cha! $17
That definitely hits this time.
or 6.
Whack. You got him. The thorns rake his Yeti fur, leaving gashes. Bloody gashes. And as the thorns draw back, brings big tufts of bloody Yeti fur with it. Hunks of meat.
Goody.
It is the Yeti's turn. The Yeti lets out a roar and let's see. It looks it up real fast. He is going to try and charge forward and trample over Gimdar and Balcom.
Uh-oh. What does that mean?
Yeah, he is trampling you. You can both make an attack of opportunity against him. As he does this.
Punched him right in the face, jumped up in the air, socked it to him. It's my signature move, flying through the air punching, Captain Falcon style.
You got him.
Big old 6.
That was a good one.
Still on the low end of my attack.
All right. Roll a strength check. Do you first?
I should be good at those, but apparently I'm not.
Okay.
Especially when I roll a 2.
So. Oh, it cleared off all of my things I had open when I reset. Hold on. All right. Yeah, that definitely failed. So you take 3 points of damage, and he slaps you 10 feet. That
As I
way.
fly through the air, I yell, "It was worth it!"
All right, Balcom. Did you do your attack of opportunity?
Oh, nope. Hang on.
And then also Leaf, you roll 1-2.
Got him that time.
That definitely hits. All right. Roll strength.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Jesus Christ, he's got more health than, I don't know, 3 of me.
Oh.
He smacks you for 3 as well, and you go flying in the opposite direction. So you move up here.
Okay.
And then Leaf, roll your attack of opportunity from the back.
All that. So it's 14.
What's that?
I had already rolled it. It's the second roll. From
Oh,
the
I
bottom.
see it right there. Okay.
Yeah.
Just kidding. All right. Okay,
So 8 points total. Yeah.
All right. He charges forward, and how far can he go? He makes it right there. Nordak, it's your turn. Actually, he ran by you, Gwynria, so you can make an attack of opportunity too.
I'm actually gonna use my
Then you can also go flying.
That's true.
You have a scimitar? Is that a druid weapon?
It is because it's the shape of the moon.
That sounds like nonsense to me.
No, it really is. It's the shape of a crescent moon. That's why druids use it. It's like the druid weapon.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I'm picturing you as a pirate now.
Do a strength roll.
Me? God, no.
You go flying that way and take 3 points of damage.
Oh no, I'm still close to it.
Nordak, it's your turn.
I switch out from my longbow to my short sword, and I say, "You ain't getting away, Yeti!" And I run at him, and I jump up, trying to grab onto his fur, and I'm going to stab him with my sword.
Ooh, nice.
Skewer his brain.
Brain him.
Or don't.
Not good enough!
Wait. Do you have advantage because you're flanking with the with our druid friend?
Yeah, that is a good question. These squares are a little wonky.
Yeah, sure. Why not? She landed on her feet.
Superhero
Nobody
landing.
actually got knocked prone by the. Yeah, it was like whoosh, and did the back thing where her hands were out.
Black Widow landing.
3-point landing.
Yeah, exactly.
Does a 15 hit?
A 15 hits.
7 piercing to his side as I drive the sword in.
Were you going for the side or the head?
Neck.
So you leap up with your short sword, and as the Yeti is running by, you stab him right in the side of the throat.
Oh, no. I jumped up and
Splits.
grabbed onto him.
You grabbed onto him?
Yeah, that's what I said. I jump up and grab onto him and stab him.
Oh, okay. So you're straddling his back or the side of him, and you just
Yeah, and I'm still holding on.
Okay. Well, as you do that, the Yeti tumbles forward and convulses wildly on the ground, splaying blood everywhere, and dies. You take 1 point of damage. The Yeti falls on you. Your
The
leg
Yeti's
was
dead?
trapped under his. Yes, the Yeti is now dead.
He's only
Thanks to
sleeping,
you, because you were
Gwynria.
on the other side.
He's only sleeping.
Wait, I'm the one that it fell on the leg?
Well, if you had not landed upright on the other side, he wouldn't have had advantage. So
So it's Gwynria's fault that he's dead.
you got advantage because you were flanking him. Yeah, you killed him.
Okay. I want to field dress the Yeti. I'm gonna use his bits, so I'm gonna field dress him.
I'm pretty sure he's dead.
Okay.
I want his horns.
No, I want that sweet flesh. It's okay to kill things if
Yeah,
you're
that-
hunting them.
I want the horns for my new helmet.
Is that where we're at now?
Nordak must have a horned helmet.
Okay, nat 20 on field dressing.
I'll think about that.
So what, you,
doing your
you
work.
took his
You're-
pelt?
You're dressing him.
Okay, do you know what field dressing is?
Nope.
Okay, that's where
Yes.
you remove the organs and remove the skin.
Okay, so you have all his good parts.
Yes, I'm dissecting him to be able to use his parts.
Excellent.
I want to know what your god
I'll
thinks
think of
about
something.
this.
That he'll make a fine pelt.
My God. Oh, what he thinks? No, it's okay as long as you use the parts of the animal that you're hunting. Hunting is not killing.
We should make a fire and cook what we can.
We have to survive.
And
I
he
want
has
the
to
boss
not.
to state that hunting is not killing.
It's hunting if I field dress it. That's my thought
It's the,
process.
it's the circle of life.
I would think the Circle of Life would be the angle you'd want to try and approach with your god's reasoning for that. It also depends on what kind of druid you are too, because some of the druids are like, nature must prevail, like do not kill animals, and then some of them are more like balance, and yours is balance. So
Yeah, I was saying, this is why I covered it in my bio, that she prefers eating, fruits and berries and vegetables, but she will eat meat. She's still a dwarf.
and dwarves do love meat.
So
I'm hiding from my family.
was it a short walk back to town?
Nope, it's a short nap
Goblin.
in this cave because I'm
It's-
fucked up.
What's our goblin friend doing? Is he trying to run away?
He is looking in awe as the party downs the Yeti.
That's right.
He's going to approach and say, "Oh, you are great dwarves. You are strong, big, strong dwarves."
Thank you.
All right. I'm going to approach him, and I'm going to turn his head 180.
Are you really going to do that? You're going to snap his neck.
Yes.
Okay.
That was always Gimdar's plan.
He served his purpose, and he is a filthy
Yeah.
goblin.
He his eyes, as you grab the side of his head, his eyes widen, and he starts to say no, and then you snap his neck, and just a gurgle comes out, and the body goes limp and falls to the floor.
Gimdar, you son of a bitch! You
One-
knew I wanted to do that.
Ah! That's 1 point for me.
Blood just comes oozing out of his nostrils. He is dead.
In honor of this goblin's death, I think that we should individually track goblin kills. And at the end of the campaign, the winner wins. Thoughts?
Oh, says the guy who already has a 1-point lead.
I mean, yes.
Hey, I'm
That is a
winning.
very
This
Lord of
is
the
now
Rings
a
thing to
game.
do.
We killed like 3 goblins before as well. I think I snapped one of their necks also, so I got 2 points.
That's convenient memory. Balcom says.
It's a good thing I stream and record all of these stories.
Okay. So, Gwynria,
Yes.
still there.
Oh, your camera failed
So
on
you
me.
field dress the Yeti while you weren't paying attention, and as you were field dressing the Yeti, they snapped the goblin's neck. But
Yeah, I'm not too sad.
do what? Oh yeah, it's sad. So sad. You ended up with a vial of Yeti gall.
I don't know that's how this works.
What?
Does Yeti Gall do something for me?
Sure it does. You know as a druid that it has many applications for medicinal purposes.
I do know.
What about his pelt?
Yeah, you definitely do now. Your druid intuition tells you that that's definitely some fluid that you ought to keep.
Good for soups.
And a
a
fine
little better.
Yeti pelt.
How much food did I collect? How much food can I carry for my party?
The Yeti probably weighed 300 pounds, so I mean, you could just hack the arms and legs off if you wanted. I mean, it's totally up to you. You want to like?
I mean,
do you
I'm
guys
gonna
wanna do a
remove it
short
from
or
the
a long
bone.
rest?
Why don't we cook some Yeti and take a short rest here?
Yeah, you guys.
Not
could
a
do, like,
bad
short
idea.
or even a long rest.
You do have some good ideas from time to time, Gimdar.
It was bound to happen eventually. Also, I really need a short rest.
Just a short one. I don't want to be here when the Yeti's lady friend comes back.
What if its children come? We can kill them too.
I don't know. We didn't do so great on this one.
If you guys are taking a rest, the party advances to level 2.
We are taking a rest.
Wow.
Hey, let's go to sleep. I'm pretty sleepy.
A long rest or a short rest? Or does it matter?
You can do either or.
Okay. I get action surge, so I'm pretty excited about leveling up.
Let's say it's a long rest, since the trek out here did take a while, and it will probably be getting dark at some point.
So we would do our best to barricade the cave and have a Yeti barbecue for the evening.
Well, do you guys want to Did you hear that, Scott?
No, I just sat back down. What's up?
The party's going to advance to level 2 if you guys take a long or a short rest.
I'm fine with that, yeah.
Let me get my books out.
Also, it might be prudent to investigate the cave. I mean, there are piles of bones and debris
And
laying
dead
over there in the back of
adventurers.
the cave.
You
I'll
aren't Armin.
investigate
over there.
before.
You aren't Armin.
I am Sean, though. I will not lead the party in searching for loot, but I will recommend it constantly.
Let's see. I'm still trying to figure out how much meat. How much meat can you hold?
We are dwarves who are pretty hardy, so more than the
I'll
average human.
divvy it up amongst the party.
That's true. Yeah. Everybody just. All right.
Like,
let's say.
we'll smoke it throughout
of
the
the
night
Yeti-
and just like have strings of it on our bodies as we leave.
Yeah.
Smoke it. Do you guys want to harvest the organs too, or just the meat? Are you gonna take everything?
From Gimdar's point of view, someone should take the pelt and turn it into like this awesome druid cape helmet thing. I'm assuming that'll be Gwynria. We should smoke
That
all
feels
of
like
the
a
meat.
bit much.
If it feels like a bit much to you, I'll wear it.
As long as you'll use it.
I will absolutely use it to intimidate people.
Okay. So after as you guys are taking your long rest, Balcom casts some healing spells and mends up the party, and Gwynria diligently harvests the meat and organs, leaving behind just a big old pool of blood. That's all that's left of that Yeti. She took everything: teeth, horns, pelt, organs, meat, all of it.
Lay up now.
Are we gonna roll for HP? I feel like we should just do the level max.
I just hit
Level.
average when I do it.
I just
Yeah,
hit
doesn't it-
character
like
mancer
the
and it
average.
does.
Yeah, like
Oh,
if
okay.
you can hit average
Yeah,
or
yeah.
you can actually roll. I always hit average because I ain't going.
Okay.
I ain't
cool.
going
I
to do
was-
one
I was
HP
making sure-
increase.
Well, yeah, because if you do the maximum, you realize that that's gonna pump our HP up real high. Because for fighters alone, it's a
No,
D10.
do the average. Yeah, do the average. I just wanted to make sure that we weren't rolling dice to determine what the HP increase was, because I don't.
Oh,
remember
no.
that.
My next level requires me to choose something, and I was not prepared for this.
You have to do it on stream now. Do it. Do
I
it.
have to pick something called Druid Circle, and my options are Circle of Dreams, Circle of the Land, Circle of the Moon, and Circle of the Shepherd.
As someone who is shepherding a pack of dogs, and by dogs I mean actual dogs and a whole bunch of disgruntled dwarves.
All I get is action surge. So
Action surge is enough. It's gonna be
it
fucking
is.
mauling.
It's great.
I think we get it back after a short rest too.
Yes, short or long rest.
This is gonna be great.
Here, while you guys do that, I'm gonna take a quick little interlude. Let's just take like 5.
Sure.
Is that cool?
Smoke if you got him.
I'm gonna go
Refilling my
Well,
water.
tend to this
Dear
child.
Well,
And
these-
oh crap, I gotta put the kid to sleep.
I will feed my cat. Be ready.
We'll take 10 then.
Sure.
And then anybody who's still here, if you want to keep leveling up, that's cool.
I'm already done because
And-
all I do is add
I
for
know, it's
fighters.
just action surge. Yeah.
Fighter, it's add your HP, add action surge. I'll get something next level.
Cool.
Same.
Okay.
What
I'll
class?
be right back.
What class are you, Taylor?
Barbarian with
Barbarian.
the
Yeah.
raging.
Yeah.
I get reckless.
Reckless is great.
Reckless is great. Reckless and danger sense. Which
Barbarian.
Barbarian.
Right.
I'm playing a part in my other campaign right now.
I was in another game where I was a cleric, but that game kind of fell under.
Mhm.
So this is the only D&D game I'm in currently.
I'm in technically 3, but you could call it 2 because 2 of them are with the same group of people and we just flip campaigns every week.
Oh yeah.
But I am barbarian here and then a bard in one of them and then a druid.
Our Dungeon World game absolutely sort of counts.
Yeah, I mean we have combat, but I feel like I like the whole world building aspect of it more. That's where my enjoyment of it is.
I enjoy the story that we're creating
Oh, I fucking love it, dude.
because it's just fucking bonkers.
Yeah, Sean, why don't you give Taylor a very kind of
The
scoped-
highest level.
yeah, of what we've done in that game.
So, the group, the party, the band of misfits, they are in the middle of something called the Time War. Which,
And the time war is something that I just offhandedly came up with one day as just something that every time you need something you can just pull from it. Oh, it's Time War. Oh, it's Time War. Oh, this happened. Oh, it's from the Time War. Just so I didn't really have to give any more kind of background information on it.
But like you're literally just Doctor Whoing the whole thing.
So they spent like half of the first season when we were playing Monster of the Week pulling like random reasons why they knew things or had things from the Time War, and then the second half of the Monster of the Week season they started working their way closer and closer to like this apocalypse event. At which
God.
point we changed game systems from Monster of the Week into Dungeon World, and I put them in the Time War. So now they have to explain why all this bullshit is happening. And they're the reason for it. And in the Time War, there's 3 different timelines where certain events happened. In one event, it was the good guys won. In one event, the bad guys won, or the good guys
Who are the bad
won.
guys? Who are the bad guys, Sean?
Who knows?
No,
Was it you?
No. We named it as the Gnomes won.
Yes, the gnomes won. And the gnomes are not D&D gnomes. They are fragile paper people. Like, you could do anything and kill them, but they are incredibly vicious and incredibly magical. And
They're all glass cannons, every
Yes.
one of them.
and
But
it's
there's a bunch of them.
they breed like rabbits. I've used
Right.
that phrase to describe how quickly they reproduce often.
At one point, we had the Order of the Crowbar among them.
That was such an amazing thing. So Scott's character was a caster at the time, and he enchanted a crowbar to explode whenever it was like interacted with, and gnomes started worshiping it and picking it up to sacrifice themselves.
Oh my god.
And it was like a great honor to die by the hands of the crowbar. But at this point, they've triggered the beginnings of what will be the Time War. In this third timeline, I think Scott's character is the Krampus, because Santa Claus is a deity in this world.
Santa Claus is not a nice person.
He is an awesome character. I love playing Santa Claus. We have
tell that to your wife.
we have our bard, who is fucking Jimmy Buffett.
Well,
Brett's playing him.
His name is Waylon Ginseng.
And he's basically the king of Margaritaville.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
We have Constantine, who is from the other world. So when they moved into into Dungeon World, they inhabited the bodies of other characters. But Chris, you don't know Chris. His character that he inhabited died, and his spirit was brought back to life by death because he made a deal, and his character's original name was Constantine. So now he's a warlock with a deal with death to exist and get his soul back, because he sold his soul in the other game to some other deity, which actually is Satan, but his character doesn't know that. Who am I forgetting?
I didn't even know that.
Who am I
You're forgetting about Brody.
Brody. How could I forget Justin? So Justin's playing this character called... Is it Neville? No. Oh
I forget
God.
what the name. Well, I forget what the name of the new character is, because he dies like every other week.
Yeah. His character dies and keeps inhabiting another body because his character basically has plot armor because I love him. It's just interesting. It's Melvin. His character's name is Melvin, and he dies and inhabits another body. And he's this nerdy weeb guy I think he was like the not magical person in the other game. And now he's this muscular hunter guy with a pet mule whose name is Mjolnir, who can fly and shoot lightning.
And he flies like he's a frictionless being.
Yes.
That's so great.
And they're in this contest of champions that we've called Battle of the Bands, where they are trying to determine who is going to lead the gnomes in an attempt to... Like, one of the gnomes kicked off a battle for succession because he didn't like the way the king was running the show. So they did Battle of the Bands to determine the winner. And Battle of the Bands is a contest of champions where they fight to the death. Originally there was music involved, but it has turned to absolute bloodshed and carnage at every battle. And the battles can take place anywhere at any time, whenever is convenient for the plot. And they are currently trying to deal with the Witch Queen, who is a participant in Battle of the Bands. She is the leader of another country, and she knows earth magic because she raised a mountain in between two nations to protect her nation. So the story goes.
Like you do.
Also, another king that they've met killed her husband. And Chris's character used to be the brother of that guy, and that he wanted to kill him. What else is there?
I think you've hit all the major points.
I garroted Mrs. Claus.
Oh, yeah. They at one point during Monster of the Week, they went and fought Santa Claus to steal the spirit of Christmas from him. and turned one of the characters into Santa Claus. His name actually was Klaus, and he was a mall Santa.
I stole the Krampus's divine holy sword, and used that for a while.
That was fun. Oh, that universe is hilarious.
I fucking love it. That's why I'm so interested in that microscopic game.
Have you pulled the trigger on it yet?
I haven't. It's only $10 for the PDF, but it's one of those things of we need a group of people to do it. You can do it with just 2 people, but I feel like it would be so much better with more than just 2.
I could see the Monster of the Week game, or like that story. I could see it ending at the end of the Time War, and we could reboot the universe or reboot a new universe with Microscope.
I would be down for that. I'm really interested in that system because there's no combat. It's all about the world building.
Could you do the world building as like the pre-game and then lead into another game with that universe?
Probably. I'd have to read on how it's, because you're supposed to create a definitive start and a definitive end, and then you do everything in between.
Interesting. I might buy that book just to look at it.
So Jeff, there is actually a button on there that just clears all the turns for you.
Oh, I see it. Remove all turns. Well, it only took 2 seconds to hit the button a couple times. But yeah, I'll remember that next time. Oh, you know what would be more handy for you to say? There's a sort option numerically.
Yep.
That would have been much more helpful. I'm glad you said that, though. So thank you.
Okay, I made my decision.
Okay.
What did you pick?
It's called The Circle of the Moon. It says the Circle of the Moon are fierce guardians of the wild. Their order gathers under the moon to share news and trade warnings. They haunt the deepest parts of the wilderness where they may go for weeks on end before crossing paths with another humanoid creature, let alone another druid. I fear that fits with me, like running around in caves and shit. And also just having found the person who taught me wandering by themselves. But I get wild shape.
Hey,
That's cool.
Combat wild shape.
Turn into like a bear.
That book is $20 on Amazon, Scott.
The book is? Well, the
Yeah.
PDF's only 10.
But it's book.
I know. I would probably get the book myself. In fact, I'm going to pull it up on Amazon just so I can remember it.
I wouldn't be able to help myself.
Yeah.
Well, one day, once I'm acclimated to this job, I will consider rejoining Monster of the Week. But I think it was a good call dipping out of it because I was already with doing this and trying to do that and the new job. I feel like I would have been pulled in too many directions.
Yeah, understandable.
How you liking the new job?
It's a lot of inherited messes. So that leaves plenty of room for improvement.
Opportunities.
Yes.
Hey, do y'all want me to take a healing spell in this next round?
Yes.
But
Unless, do you want to... If you were going to take a healing spell, you're taking on the burden of having to do it. Do you want that burden?
I feel like... I know we have one healer, but I feel like a little extra healing isn't going to hurt.
yeah,
It's not a bad idea for someone to at least have someone else to at least have a healing spell, I would say.
yeah.
It makes sense.
Got to remember, you don't have a paladin this go around with lay on hands.
Well, now I have healing words.
Oh, Jeff, I have a question.
Sweet.
It appears that myself and Scott's characters will come into magic at level 3 as part of our level progression. Is it possible to make that a story moment or give us a reason to have magic inflicted upon us?
Yeah.
I ask without even
Sure, we
asking
can
your
figure
permission,
something
Scott. I don't know if you're down for that.
Well, I already had an idea for mine, why mine happens.
Okay. Well, then I
have
would
a
want to
feeling
derail
that whatever
that.
you're thinking matches what I was just thinking about too, probably, Scott.
Mine is the whole arcane archery thing.
I have a campaign relevant way to incorporate magic with you guys without it being based solely off of an item. So,
Okay.
yeah, I've got an idea.
That's what I wanted.
Okay, so everybody's back. You guys rested. Did anybody happen to investigate the cave? Anybody thinking about it?
We were going to, I believe.
I would like to take a look at
Okay.
some of these bone piles and see what's in them.
Okay, so in the morning, the sun rises or doesn't rise. It sputters out. You see through the entrance of the cave. You see the colors of the aurora as the sun fails to rise, and the party awakens refreshed, healed, feeling a little more sturdy than the night before after down in that Yeti. What do they do?
I would like
Want
to
to
dig
dig,
for these bones.
dig through the bones.
You're searching for clues. You're digging through these bones?
I'm going to start with the pile I'm next to, yeah.
Okay. The bones erupt in a column and begin attacking you.
Jesus Christ, not this.
Just kidding.
Well, at least we got a new level.
All three of them erupt into a giant column of swinging arms and legs.
Uh-oh.
This is where we run.
Please tell me it does not say I am Legion.
No, it doesn't. Yeah, the voice echoes throughout the chamber. No, digging through the pile, you find somebody roll a d20. Actually, each person who searches a pile, just roll a d20. Okay. You find roughly... I didn't want to break it down into a bunch of individual items, so we're going to call it various supplies. You can add 3 of you, with the exception of Gwynra. You don't find anything. But Taylor, Leaf, Balcom, and Nordak find 75 gold worth of various supplies.
It's like flasks of oil, coal, bits of
Yeah,
clothing.
Everything else is basically useless, broken, damaged. But in the biggest pile, Leaf, you find several lumps of strange-looking metal. There's 3 of them. They weigh about 2 pounds, 3 pounds each.
Anybody know what these things are?
We're all dwarves.
We're dwarves. We should know metal.
I think we could all roll a history check or something.
Yeah, anybody,
believe so.
anybody, all of you can try to figure out if you know what it is right offhand.
My -1 in history.
You skipped that class at dwarf school.
I know metal from stoking the flames with my bonfires.
Okay. So 3 of you take a look at it and are vaguely familiar with Chardolin, which is what that is. It's 3 lumps of Chardolin.
Chardalin, eh?
Chardalin, yes. Thank you, Scott.
Aye.
Okay.
What the hell is this doing in this part of the world?
I'd
Looking to
say
get
one of
sold.
these travelers took it.
We have hit the proverbial gold mine.
That's not gold, it's Chardalin.
Well, this stuff is worth a lot.
More than gold.
Why is it worth a lot? Is it shiny? Is it sharp? Is it durable?
God, you're dumb.
Yes. Tell me what good it is, other than money.
Well, one physical property of it is if you cast a spell, it will absorb into the Chardalin. And then when you crush the rock, it releases the spell as if it has been cast.
I could make so many animal friends.
They're mine. I found them.
Let's not waste it on any more pet squirrels.
No.
I
You
could
don't
have
waste
gotten
it
that
on
to
such
you if I had
trivial
tried
things.
harder.
This sells for a lot of money.
So
Who
let's-
agreed we were sailing?
All right. Jackpot.
Cha-ching! Since Gwynria rolled the highest, you notice that this Chardolin looks a little bit different than the typical Chardolin that she has encountered in the past. Not that it's typical, but the few rare samples that she has encountered in her life as a dwarf, this looks a little different. It's just the composition is more crystalline in appearance. But also somewhat metallic at the same time. Typically, it's pretty crystalline, but this one is more like it's kind of like a fusion of metal and crystal at the same time. So
I repeat what he just said, but in dwarvish.
Sounds like someone
All
made it
those-
into a weapon, and this is a piece.
It's a bit metallic.
Can you fuse crystals and metal for weapons? Do we have a blacksmith? Am I proficient in that? Nope.
We have an arrowsmith. He could make. Oh, we could make arrows to make animal friends.
We're not making more animal friends.
We could put
You
a fireball
always
in the
need
tip of
more
an arrow.
Aye. We could carve these into arrowheads, cast spells into them, shoot them at our enemies, and they would explode, releasing the spell.
Like animal friendship.
Huh?
Like animal explosion.
Don't you touch my animals.
Animal implosion. You gotta implode the animals.
We've basically introduced trick arrows into the game.
So put a pin in that. And that's it. That's what you guys find in the cave. Various supplies and 3 lumps of Chardalin.
I'm sorry, did you say how big these lumps were? Like fist-sized?
Yeah, like fist size.
Okay. Who be holding on to them?
The dogs. Put them in the
Mine.
packs.
I found them. They're mine. Carrying them.
All right.
If he starts
Calm
talking about
down.
his precious, we may have to put him down.
Aye, fair enough, fair enough.
We're all in this together now.
You say that.
I'm in this for the animals. Peter!
Peter.
Who's Peter?
He's this guy. He's really obsessed with animals, but he's cool. Sometimes he steals.
Too funny. Is there anything else that anybody wants to do inside of this cave?
We should put if we see the remains of Ublek, we should put him to rest.
They're in that big pile. Actually, they're kind of just like right here.
Let's just make a bonfire of the corpses. Like drag all the piles together, light them on fire.
Are we smoking the Yeti meat over the corpses?
No, we've already smoked the Yeti meat.
Exactly.
Yeah, you set up some kind of druid magic last night with a little Gwynra's magical smoked meats. You cast that on them. Turned them into rations.
It's a big thing at parties.
How many rations can we consider that food turned in, or the Yeti turned into?
I'll figure that out later.
Okay.
I'm going to say a thank you prayer to the Yeti for providing us meals.
It was very tasty.
Actually, I can just delete that. It's just a pool of blood left.
Would anyone like to say a prayer for our fallen druids?
I will.
Let's go home.
You guys are gonna toss the
Alright.
goblin on the fire, or are you gonna?
He doesn't get to burn with our kin.
I'll say a prayer real quick. Y'all go ahead.
I'll stay for the prayer.
You're gonna stay for the prayer, okay?
Yes, that's why I asked.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Life sucks and then you die. Amen. All right, let's go.
Good job. I love it. Short and sweet.
Good meat, good
You
eat.
burn,
The end.
you burn the pile of bones, but you leave the goblin just laying where he died.
Yep.
That works.
Like he
No respect.
deserves.
No respect.
He's a goblin. They don't deserve respect.
Okay. So you go back through the cave entrance and walk along the path, and it was about a 30-minute walk, so about maybe 10 minutes from where you were before Super Good Boy starts barking at something.
Bark, bark, bark.
Oh, you can speak. You can speak dog now.
No, not really. I could turn into a dog.
The fuck?
We could sniff each other's butts.
Could you talk like? Can you talk to a dog while you are a dog?
I can bark at him, but we can't, communicate.
Sounds pretty useless.
Yes, it does.
You can speak in the language of dogs,
But not understand it.
body language, but not actual language because they have none.
It's like, it's just me. It'd be like me going barka barka woofa woofa.
Well, the dogs are excited, so as you round the final corner back into the little valley,
Polar bears?
this is what you see.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Is that an ice ship? And a couple of bears.
Looks like a sled pulled by polar bears. And some sort of orc queen.
Orcs.
It's the orc queen.
Maybe
Well,
we should just slide
so-
past this one and warn the villagers.
There's a bunch more goblins now.
She appears to be an orc, right? Not a goblin.
She's a goblin. Believe it or not, there's not really a whole lot of options for female goblin tokens.
She's a goblin?
Like,
Well, then we must deal with
she's a
her.
goblin. Shockingly few, and the ones that were there were disgusting.
Just grab WoW
I hated them all.
or pictures
Disgusting
of
as
WoW
in gross, or
characters.
disgusting as in way too overly sexualized?
Well, yes. To number two, but one, the ones that were there were like somebody did some really shitty line art to make them. Yeah, it was pretty slim pickings. So I was like, I'll just see about Orc, and Orc had a whole lot more. So I went with orc. She is a goblin.
They have green skin, which should be some social commentary, right?
Is there an orc in the middle of us?
That is a mistake.
Who the fuck is this?
That is
Our new
that
orphan.
is Danielle's. That's Gwynra's orc stone.
I was gonna say, an orc teleported in the middle of us.
We didn't notice he was with us for like half a mile.
Hang on, where'd you come from?
She accidentally rubbed it in her pocket, and that appeared. And he just started walking with you guys. He's like, "Yo, what's up? What's up, guys?
So gross.
My name's Bruce.
Where we off to this time?
So this
Who the fuck are you? Who are you?"
So we've got this giant sled being pulled by 2 polar bears.
Yep. You guys are on the high ground, but she's basically eye level with you guys because this thing's really tall.
Nordak,
He has noticed us.
pull an arrow.
As you approach, she is watching and sees you and shouts to the party. She says, "Stop where you are."
You stop where you are.
Is that what you shout back?
Yes.
She says, "No, you stop where you are.
No, you stop where you are.
No, you stop."
No, you. Filthy goblin.
Oh, I didn't
She
think
just,
that would work.
Roll an intimidation check.
I'm okay at that, I think. These rolls, man.
She says, "No, you stop." And then before you have a chance to speak again, she shouts again, "What happened to Kruk and Scouts? He dead? Did you dwarves do it?"
Likely.
Yeah, what you gonna do about it?
We kill a lot of goblins. I can't say we killed those.
We didn't bother to ask
Getting
their
into
name.
the
I mean, they're
goblins.
just goblins.
Is this what you're shouting at her?
Yes.
Okay.
0 fucks were
Um,
given.
Roll. I'll roll. Hold on.
Also, how did a goblin train polar bears to pull its sled?
Yeah, I need to.
You ask her.
No. Too proud to ask that of a goblin.
Well,
It's not
polar
that
bears
impressive.
are
I
about.
don't think she's gonna talk to us anyway after we screamed about murdering her people.
We didn't scream about murdering people. We murdered some goblins.
Probably her people.
Maybe not necessarily these goblins.
Maybe
but
not her goblins.
Probably her goblins.
All right, so she eyes the party, seeing the dogs and the group in general, and says, "Listen, dwarves, we don't want no trouble. Take this this crap up here, and you go and leave. We don't want to fight anyway. It's cold and dark. We don't need any more trouble."
Give us all your gold.
Are we robbing them?
What are you doing, man?
Listen to him.
He says, "No gold. Take sled and go."
Why are we asking for their gold? We should be just killing them. They're goblins.
Well, take their gold and kill them, you know.
There's a lot of them.
There's only one.
No,
You can talk amongst yourselves. I don't think there is anybody close enough to actually hear you if you're just talking in a normal voice.
So we all huddle up right in front of her.
can we see these other goblins that are down here as well from where we're at?
You can, yeah.
Oh shit!
Well,
I didn't realize
where
there was
you're at
more of them.
I
directly.
told you there's a lot
Yeah,
of them.
there's- And I'll work on the fog of war next time, because yeah, I would think that being back here where you're at, you probably wouldn't be able to see them unless you were over on the side of this little cliff.
So we're not
So
just
no.
fighting one goblin, we're fighting a lot of them, and they have polar bears.
How smart are polar bears? Are we talking less than 4 intelligence?
And
Do I
I'm
know
there.
how smart
Are,
polar bear?
They're harnessed to
Goblins.
the sleigh. They aren't just like free roaming, like she's petting them. Like they are harnessed to this giant thing that they're pulling.
But they could be our friends instead of hers.
Make them run off with the sleigh.
Off a cliff.
And there's like thick leather harness all over them. There's bits in their mouth, so they look like draft horses. Only they're polar bears.
Do y'all think we could take this many goblins?
We just
We're,
take
we're level 2. We can do whatever the fuck we want.
Let's see.
And probably die.
There's 5 goblins, 2 polar bears, and a boss goblin.
I think I say we just
Avoid the fight.
take her opportunity to leave and beat
Sure.
it back to town.
Agreed.
We've got what we came out here for. Let's just go. We
But
can
they're
find
goblins.
We have no quarrel with them right now.
We
We
can find them.
always have a quarrel with goblins.
We can find them later.
Chill.
There's no chill here.
Well,
Obviously.
obviously you haven't been hanging out with Balcom long enough, all right? All right.
Can I do animal
Alright.
friendship
What-
on Gimdar?
I am not an animal.
This Gimdar have less than 4 intelligence.
I have
Say yes.
8 intelligence.
Close enough.
Also, I didn't realize I was that dumb. But the odds make sense.
Well, yeah, most people who go around saying stuff like that don't realize how dumb they are.
That explains a lot, Gimdar. Why have you been telling us things we should do? And why have we been listening?
Y'all's intelligence saving throws were constantly failing.
Okay, we're going home.
I'm not happy about
So the
this.
party's decided that they're not going to engage the goblins.
No.
It's not worth it.
Okay.
Get the dogs to get a sniff of them so we can hunt them down later.
Yeah, wait till we're level 3.
So
Then you're in trouble.
so you've shouted as much to this goblin leader.
All I've done is wave my middle finger at her.
Don't antagonize.
Well,
She's
okay,
not
she's-
intimidated by you.
All right, we'll see
I'm
y'all
very
later.
intimidating. And I'm also very smart.
Right.
Hmm.
Here is your Lunchable. It's wrong.
Tastes like Yeti sausage.
It is Yeti meat, yes, in a pizza form, with Yeti meat as the dough.
Gwynway's marvelous smoked meats.
Hey.
You said it was a Lunchable. Does it come with is it like pizza Lunchable with Yeti
That,
sausage?
the blood is the sauce, yes.
Instead of marinara, it's
Blood, yep.
Blood, crackers, and sausage.
the children are gonna love them.
I made the Capri Sun with me old spit.
Actually, the Capri Sun is definitely the booze that we are obviously carrying with us.
Yeah.
The children are gonna love them.
Hey.
Hey!
Here, little fella, this will warm you up. You start handing them out to the children in Bryn Shander.
Well, that's what you do with dwarf children.
That's true. They start. The baby comes out and they hand him a tankard. Here you go. Drink up.
That's canon now.
It's the Dwarven way.
Old enough to drink, old enough to drunk.
After they finish untangling the beard from the baby, they hand him a tankard. Here you go.
Take the bottle, put some beer in it. Oh.
Okay. So the party relays to the goblin boss that They are not going to attack, and the party moves down into the little valley and collects the sleigh. Which I'll add a sleigh.
As we walk away from her, I'm doing this at her eyes. I'm like, I'm watching you, filthy goblin.
And yeah, the goblins, they're eyeballing you guys, and they definitely don't seem happy about this, but at the same time, they move aside and let the party pass. They all look pretty rough. They're emaciated, and
Turning blue.
they don't look like they're in the best of health.
Nordic knocks an arrow.
Yes.
God damn it.
The polar bears move to the side, and she just kind of glares at you as the party passes. Anybody want to do anything else? You're not gonna do a sneak attack on them, try to free the polar bears, anything like that.
It's not sneaky at this point.
Nay.
It's just initiating combat point blank. I don't think we could take two polar bears.
Okay. The polar bears just kind of look over at you from the side and give you a sad look.
Look, Gwynria, they look sad. They could be our friends. She's distracted by the Yeti sausage and the Capri
She's
Suns.
feasting.
The child was begging me to come and read to him. I'm trying to get him to go to bed, and then he found a dismembered Sonic the Hedgehog leg that I made when I was crocheting him a Sonic.
Dismember.
And now he's distracted.
Well, I mean, it's 10 o'clock
Well,
anyway,
actually-
so.
Yep, I was just about to say that's a perfect stopping point.
What? Why?
Oh, this is as far as I got on the head.
Excellent.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, that's further than
Actually,
I have
how
ever
sick
gotten on
is so
anything.
well.
Honestly, all I needed to do was add eyes and the spikes, and then I ran out of yarn, and then that was like a 2.5 year ago project. And then I also started coloring a Mandalorian, but I don't have good markers. And wow, this thing censors.
Yeah, you're censoring. What?
If I move it really
That's
quickly,
interesting.
it can see it.
Hey, look.
Well, now I
Disney
know it
does not
censors
want you
paper.
sharing images.
Hey,
That was weird.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I know.
That's cool.
This is it.
It tries its best.
Yeah, to censor it.
Okay. So the party passed by the goblins. They spat at the ground as you walk past, and she just glares at you coldly. But you take the sled and go.
I love
And
you,
work
bye-bye.
your way back. Or you taunt her as you leave, but she
I
does
buck
that.
at them every time they do anything mildly aggressive. I buck at them.
They step back in fear. But off you go. And you spend a couple of hours working your way back to Bryn Shander with your loot. And you end up at the North Gate.
Hooray!
And that's where we'll pick up next session.
All right.
Next time on Dragon Ball Z.